throat's really tight today.
Excuse me.
What?
I sound like I've got lung cancer. Like, give me that.
Yeah? But you're not a singer.
True.
Or a
but
speaker.
I do talk a lot of shit.
You do talk a lot of shit. Maybe that's why your throat's infected.
Yeah, my throat was gone. You know what? We need a break.
Yeah. Too much shit.
That.
On that note. Hello and welcome to Musician vs. Musician, a podcast/gig where every week we talk about music.
A thing.
Bands.
Yeah.
So you were gonna.
Music related.
I thought you were gonna go back and forth there with me.
I don't know anymore.
For a long. You don't know any more music things.
No, that's it. That's all of it.
Wait, what did we say? Music, bands. What was your
genre, or whatever we want to talk about today.
It's not a very good list. We're not very good at listing things.
Okay.
That's going to be the third. You know, we have two taglines. What do you call them? Mottos for this podcast?
Slogans.
Yeah, slogans. The third one's going to be, we're not very good at listing things. It's not as catchy.
No, it's not catchy at all.
But I'm going to say it.
Yeah. Remember to introduce this time because you were really annoyed that you forgot last time.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Leia.
And together we are...
Useless.
I think I'm going to add that in as well.
That has to stay. I'm going to be disappointed if that doesn't stay.
Oh yeah, together we are... What is that from? Like the Wonder Twins?
I don't know. I think that's just a thing that's widely used in like superhero style films.
I think you're right. I don't think it's maybe it's
I
not
don't
for
think it's a
anything
specific thing.
So today is going to be a long one from me.
Yeah, this is a lot of Matt talking apparently.
Yeah.
I've been told I didn't even have to do anything for this week.
Nope. But I accept to keep an open mind.
Yeah, I'm slightly worried about how that's going to end out.
Leia, how do you feel about musicals?
I have not actually watched a lot of musicals, but I did thoroughly enjoy Rocky Horror.
Okay.
I used to like Matilda when I was little. Not that one, the other one.
I was going to say that.
Annie. I don't know why I confuse those, but I do that quite a lot actually.
Annie.
I quite liked Annie.
What are one of the songs from Annie? So I can do one of my patented sing-alongs.
Tomorrow.
The sun will come out tomorrow. That one.
Yeah. All the way to Hard Knock Life.
It's a hard knock life for... Have you heard the Dr. Evil version of that?
No.
Okay, what?
On eBay, Domino.
We're a bit early in to be taking a break.
We are, but we're going to listen to it. Oh wait, have you seen Austin Powers?
No. I know, don't give me that look. Everyone gives me that look.
No. I'm not giving you a look. I'm just thinking, is it worth then showing you? Probably not.
No.
What we will do is at some point we'll watch Austin Powers Goldmember. It's not very good. The Austin Powers films aren't good.
Yeah, I thought that was the point though.
It's not really I mean, if the point of something is to be bad, do we let it off for being bad?
I mean, a lot of the time, yeah.
No, I don't.
Depends what it is.
There you go. That's what I wanted. I wanted you to say, well, I don't. It's bad. But Dr. Evil is really funny. He's evil because he's Danish. Raised by the Danish, which is just inexplicable. But anyway, he does a rap over the top of Hard Knock Life. It's really good. And it's the version that I know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so, not a big fan of musicals.
Not on the whole, but I accept them.
Now, I was raised on musicals.
You've made me well aware of this.
And today, we're talking about a musical that I hate.
Then why?
Because I wanted to start it on something that I was passionate about.
And then do a real hard left turn into like, I actually hate what we're going to spend this week talking about.
I really hate... we are recording. Yeah, just checking we are recording.
Also, I apologise in advance for my manky voice. Full of the cold that Matt gave me.
It causes her to raise her volume inexplicably sometimes.
It actually kind of does, because you know when it kind of, your voice breaks a little bit, like when you're randomly a teenage boy again.
I'm gonna do this thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, this week we're talking about a novel. A novel adapted into a musical.
Okay.
It was published in 1862 by
Fair.
Victor Hugo. Any clue what it is?
I know the name.
Victor Hugo.
Yeah. But that's all I know.
No idea what he might have written.
No idea.
He was French. Does that help?
Oh.
I think any French musicals.
You gotta realize
Really
that my knowledge of musicals is very limited. In fact, it's probably limited to Annie and the Rocky Horror.
I know. I'm trying to bait you a little bit because you probably do know the name.
Grease?
A French musical.
That's all I've got.
Alright. Grease is French.
Well, I don't know.
You're the ones that I want.
I haven't seen Grease. It could be set in France for all I know.
It's not. It's set in America.
I don't know. I don't even know what it's about, and nor do I want to before you give me that look.
You don't know what it's about?
No, and I don't want to know.
Okay, so there's a summer romance.
Ah.
Danny Zuko and Sandy Sanderson.
You had to snag them pretty quickly, didn't you?
They like each other over summer, and then when they go back to school, she's like, "Oh, you've changed. You're not the sensitive guy that I thought you were.
Okay.
You're a bad boy who smokes and wears leather jackets," and he's being all cool.
Oh, okay. So
and by
James Dean vibe.
Yeah, and by the end of the movie, can you guess the lesson that is learned?
Oh, it's painful wherever it is.
No, guess it.
It's just, I don't know. He's actually a good boy, I don't know.
Nope.
Or she gets with the good guy or something.
Nope.
I don't know.
The lesson is she changes to fit his needs.
What?
It is fucked.
That's awful.
Man, I should have done this on Grease apparently, because it is.
Apparently, yeah,
Like,
because I am already offended by this.
Seriously, dude, Grease is fucked. Everyone who's listening, Grease is fucked.
Absolutely do not change for someone else. Just find someone else again.
Like, Sandy literally changes her whole outfit, starts smoking.
That's terrible. Smoking's not a fad. Like, I don't care if you want to smoke, but smoke because you want to smoke, not because someone else smokes.
Yeah, not because the boy asked you to.
Yeah.
Like,
it's terrible.
He tries to be good, but then is bad at it, and then she's
okay,
just like,
so he tries to change.
He tries to, but then she just changes, and he's like, "Oh, okay, I don't have to."
Like, I feel like what should have happened is they should have both gone, let's not change for each other and go separate ways.
Yeah. Well, maybe
we'll do a revised version of Grease with the band. Yeah, that's what our first full-length album is just going to be us redoing Grease.
I would be very happy to do that.
Yeah,
I was Danny in Grease.
We'll do a full metal version of Grease, but we've edited it all so the story is actually what we want it to be.
Do you know any of the songs?
No.
Grease Lightning?
I think I've heard it, but I always...
Grease Lightning, go Grease Lightning. Oh, no?
No, I think I was thinking of something else that has the word lightning in it, to be honest.
Okay. Oh shit, well, we killed 7 minutes not talking about the topic.
Oh, well, excuse me, I told you I didn't want to know.
Did we even discuss the name yet?
No.
No, okay. Fucking hell. So we are talking about Les Miserables.
Okay. I wouldn't, even if I had worked out what it was, I wouldn't have said it because I didn't know how to pronounce it and I knew you'd berate me for it.
See, I worked really hard there to mentally unblock myself and say it in a French accent instead of saying it in, like, Les Miserables. Like a horrible English accent that I have.
Is Hugh Jackman in that?
We'll get to it, but he is in the most recent film adaptation, yes.
Okay, yeah, because I remember being confused because I was like, I'm sure that's Wolverine, and they were like, oh no, that's the same person. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, yes.
Didn't know.
So, the story of the book begins in 1815 and culminates in the 1832 June Rebellion in Paris. The novel follows the lives and interactions of several characters, specifically Jean Valjean, who's played by Hugh Jackman.
Yay!
So he's an ex-convict in the movie, or in the musical. He starts as a convict, redeems himself, becomes like mayor of a village or whatever. Mm-hmm. And today that's what we're talking about. And I'm going to give you a history lesson whilst you try and care.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm quite tired.
Yeah. Both of us are really tired today. Our usual repartee is not up to standard.
Yeah, I think that's just because I'm just not with it.
Like, dude, I'm really out of it.
On account of the illness that you gave me, you'll know that it makes you really foggy.
It does, yeah. Like, you just can't.
Honestly, you should have seen me in work yesterday. Like, they asked me a valid question. Like, they were trying to go through with me something that was quite complicated to do, and I was just like, yeah, I know what you're on about. Like, honest to God, it made my day when the guy that I was doing it with was like, oh, we can't actually do it until Monday, but I'm going to talk you through it today. And I was like, yes!
See, you know when I came around to yours the other day, just to pick up my stuff.
Yeah.
Or drop something off. I don't know what I was doing.
You came to try it. You picked up something. I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't
Toothbrush.
Toothbrush.
Yeah, from the weekend. Yeah.
And I asked you how you were, and you were like, "Yeah, I'm fine."
Yeah,
and then
was
Kyle
like,
mouthed to me, "She's fucked. She's fucked."
Honestly, that gig on the weekend absolutely ruined me. I haven't recovered yet.
Well, yeah, you played two. Leia played with two bands, and she kicked ass. It was awesome.
Yeah, I had to do 2 practices and 2 gigs, and I was just ruined.
See, I've been talking you up all week because I never get to see you.
Yeah, you never get to watch. Which, I always feel the same about the other lads. It's like, I don't want to not be on stage with you, but I also want to be able to watch.
Yeah, I mean, when they're good.
Yeah.
When they have off days, I don't give a shit.
Well, yeah, obviously, but...
Alright, anyway. Originally released as a French-language concept album, the first musical stage adaptation of Les Miserables was presented at the... Oh shit, no, I knocked it down.
What the hell?
I'm leaving this in.
Well, because you destroyed our makeshift set.
A blanket has fallen down and we can't get it back up.
I think it's okay.
Okay.
No, it's not okay. Well, it's staying there now.
Right, well.
I'm not dealing with this.
This is so exciting to listen to, podcast listeners.
The audio's going to be slightly worse quality from now on.
Great. Anyway. The production of Les Mis closed after 3 months when the booking contract expired. So that was all that was heard from it in 1980.
Okay.
3 years later, the producer Cameron Mackintosh had opened Cats on Broadway, which is a terrible musical. Don't go see it ever. It's a fucking garbage piece of shit.
Why?
The songs are bad. The story's stupid. It's about cats? Fuck off. Fuck off out of here.
Well, I assumed it must have been about cats.
It's not interesting at all.
Oh, okay.
Anyone who likes cats, email in. No, write a letter.
Yeah.
Leia will give you her address, and you can write a letter.
Yeah, private message the Wilderness Facebook page.
Yeah,
give it to you.
And then you can write a letter to us about how angry you are that I hate cats. Not the animal. The animal's fine. So he received a copy of the French concept album from director Peter Farago, and then it asked him to produce like an English language version of the show. So before this, it had only been in French.
Yeah.
They assembled it with the Royal Shakespeare Company. Company. It's a hard word to say.
I was going to say that's not a hard word to say, but okay.
And after 2 years in development, it opened in London on the 8th of October, 1985. Which is pretty exciting.
Yay.
It's not a very old musical.
Okay. I'm done now.
I'm leaving that in.
I stopped you so you'd be able to edit it out as well.
Nope,
But
leaving it in.
You're going to leave in my death sounds.
I'll take out the thing, but I'll leave in the cough.
Okay. You're going to leave the comment about the thing in?
Yeah.
So that people are like, what's the
I'll just bleep it.
Like the whole sentence.
Yeah.
Just bleep the word blanket.
So the success of the West End musical, which is in London.
Ooh.
Did you know that?
No.
You didn't know the West End was in London?
Honestly, I thought it was an American thing.
Broadway is the American thing. West End is London.
I thought that was the same thing.
See, I really wanted to do something like this because I knew
that
you would be
nothing,
completely out of your element.
I'm
anyway.
quite happy to sit down and learn for a change.
Well, yeah, that's what we're doing here today.
I'm tired. I'm up for this.
Yeah. So would you like to know the summary?
No.
Well, I'm going to give it to
you. You asked.
So, funny story, when I was doing this report, I found a summary, and it was 6 pages long.
That's not a summary.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not reading this.
Yeah, absolutely not.
So I found the back of the DVD.
Yeah, that's an actual summary.
Mm-hmm. Here it is. After 19 years as a prisoner, Jean Valjean, brackets, Hugh Jackman, is freed by Javert, brackets, Russell Crowe, the officer in charge of the prison workforce. Valjean promptly breaks parole, but later uses money from stolen silver to reinvent himself as a mayor and factory owner. Javert vows to bring Valjean to prison, and 8 years later, Valjean becomes the guardian of a child named Cosette, after her mother, Anne Hathaway, dies. But Javert's relentless pursuit means that peace will be a long time coming.
What else is Russell Crowe? I know his name, but I can't think of his face.
Gladiator.
Was he the...
He was the Gladiator.
Yeah, okay, fine.
He's in The Nice Guys recently.
I haven't seen that.
He was in the new The Mummy movie, playing Hyde, Jekyll and or Hyde.
Huh.
It's
I
not...
haven't actually seen that either, but
Don't
I've
watch
seen
it.
things about it, you know?
Don't watch it.
Okay.
It's garbage. Talking a lot of movies today.
Yeah.
We will get onto the music.
Well, I feel like musicals are somewhere between films and music, you know?
Yeah. Well,
So,
obviously.
Yeah, but then it makes a bit more sense for us to have film tangents all the time.
It's true. Now, the original London production of Les Mis had critical reception that was negative.
Really?
Yep, people fucking hated it. Described it as a lurid Victorian melodrama produced with Victorian lavishness, a witless and synthetic entertainment.
Ooh,
which
harsh.
is pretty funny. Considering now it's like considered high art. Not by me, I hate it. I hate this musical so goddamn much. We'll get to one of the songs in a bit, and you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Public opinion differed though. The box office received record orders. The 3-month engagement sold out, and reviews started to improve.
Yeah.
The London production has run continuously since October 1985.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Continuously?
It's the second longest running West End show after. Can you guess? You can't. It's The Mousetrap.
I never in a million years would have got that.
No, me neither, in fairness. And it's the longest running musical in the West End, followed by... Guess a musical.
I don't know anymore.
The Phantom of the Opera?
Okay, yeah. Fine.
Yeah, you know that one. That's also garbage.
I wasn't even sure if that was a musical, to be honest. I thought that was a play more than it was. I wasn't...
No, primarily musical.
Okay.
It's about opera. So
Well,
it would make sense, wouldn't it?
it would make sense, but also I don't care.
In 2010, it played its 10,000th performance in London.
That's an unnecessary amount of performances. I'm just saying. That's a really unnecessary
But people like
amount.
it. How is it unnecessary?
Because, like, 10,000? Stop! You're done now. You're done.
People love it, though. They want to
Like-
see Jean Valjean run around being a dad.
I'll accept greater than 10,000 if they stop on 9,999 and then never do another one.
That would be pretty amazing.
That would be cool.
On the 3rd of October 2010, the show celebrated its 25th anniversary with 3 productions running in London. The original production at the Queen's Theatre, the 25th anniversary touring production at its 1985 tryout venue, the Barbican Centre, and the 21st anniversary concert at London's O2 Arena. That is too many things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, what year did the newer version, like the Hugh Jackman version of it come out?
It's like 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think the only reason I'm in any way aware of it, because I think when we inevitably have to listen to some of it, I think it came out just before my GCSE music in performing arts year.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I will have heard things from it. I just don't care.
It's a bad adaptation.
Is it?
Yep. The director is incompetent. I'm being really mean to someone I don't know.
I was going to say, considering we've had to be quite careful. Oh, we didn't do our controversial thing.
Oh, we don't do that.
We don't have to bother anymore.
We don't do that anymore. We just kind of say whatever we want.
Yeah.
If we offend you, please talk to us. We're happy to talk back.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, we got not bad to do.
Yeah, I'm absolutely happy to have a conversation about it.
Yeah. I mean, we are open to change.
Yeah, I mean, educate us. I'm happy. Yeah, I'm very happy to do debate.
Like, on this debate, you might want to have this debate with him, because I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't care either way, but...
Yeah, maybe just talk to me about this stuff. You can talk to Leia about,
Get him on his private Facebook, that'll freak him out.
No, don't do that.
Absolutely do.
I just won't respond. I don't respond to many people on Facebook.
That's boring.
Yeah.
You message me like 8 times a day.
Well, you don't fucking respond.
I am a tired and busy person.
You are at the moment.
I haven't stopped in about a month, actually.
Yeah. I let you off when I know that you're fucking exhausted.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop me from having to send the messages just so that I don't forget that.
Yeah, to be fair, I normally just treat them as like phone reminders.
Like
I'm like, oh yeah, I need to do that thing.
Yeah, a lot of them are like, we need to do this thing.
And I'm like, I forgot about that. Oh god, it's too real. We should probably stop. Like, considering you've got quite a lot of content, we should probably stop having these weird conversations.
Oh no, I mean, we're already halfway through our time, but sure. So the Broadway production opened 12th of March 1987 and ran until 18th of May 2003, closing after 6,680 performances. It is the 5th longest running Broadway show in history and was the 2nd longest at the time. The show was nominated for 12 Tony Awards and won 8, including Best Musical and Best Original Score.
What actually is a Tony Award?
It's like the Oscars, but for plays.
Ah, okay. Because I've heard the phrasing before, never knew what it applied to.
Subsequently, numerous tours and international and regional productions have been staged. There's a lot. Like a film version. Oh, it's 2012. Was
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So then I think like.
Oh god, 6 years ago. Bloody hell.
But also, yeah, that's reasonable considering it would have to have come out before. Because I think my main GCSE year was like 2014. So makes sense that it came out a couple of years before.
Yeah. Well, it won 3 Academy Awards, 3 Golden Globe Awards, and 4 British Academy Film Awards.
I don't actually care if any films have got awards. Like, films having awards makes no difference to my world at all.
I find it even more meaningless with music.
Yeah, even because, like...
Because I don't buy an album that's got, like, it's stamped winner of 3 Grammys or whatever.
Yeah, like, no one cares about that. The only thing that's the impressive type of award you get with music is when you get, like, the ones for so many sales. That's cool. I'd have one of those. Mm-hmm. Like, if they were, when you break your bloody million sales and you get a bloody record, a silver record or something, like... That's cool. I enjoy that.
Yeah, like,
but like I couldn't give a monkeys if by popular vote it's the best one, because particularly with the type of music we're in, it's not supposed to get popular vote.
Oh yeah, totally.
Absolutely not. So
I mean, it's weird that I guess it makes sense. Like Hailstorm have won a Grammy, right? Slipknot have won a fucking Grammy.
Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but it just seems a little bit daft, you know.
Although the members of Slipknot were like, yeah, we use them to like prop open doors and stuff.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. Like they don't care. Do they?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, if you were going to get a Grammy, you'd use it as a doorstop.
I don't fucking give a shit. Like, what does this mean? Nothing?
I'd probably just give it to someone that cared.
Yeah, that's
like,
fair.
But I'd make them leave my name on it, or like the band name on it.
You know what? Who'd probably like our Grammys?
Who?
Lou.
Yeah, Lou could have all the Grammys.
Can have the Grammys.
Lou, if we ever get a Grammy, certainly from us two, you can have our share.
Yeah, you can have our Grammys.
Like, I don't want to say for Andy and Nick because they might actually care.
They might like them.
But like you, for all we care, you 3 can have joint custody of the.
Andy both likes and deserves praise, so I think he would probably like his Grammy.
True.
Whereas you and I, Lou can have it. Or maybe if they both want one, we can give one each.
Yeah. Wait, do you not just get one for the band? Or
no,
do you
get one each.
Oh, okay, so they could just pass our 2 around the 2. Yeah, if I thought we got one between us. If we were to get one
that would
each.
be awkward. Then we'd have to like...
I thought we'd just all have like joint custody of it or something.
No, they give you... They're not very expensive to make.
I don't know. I don't care.
It's not like a solid gold trophy or anything. It's a little piece of shit.
I'll give them to one of my little brothers and then make them insist that it's theirs. And they're like, for what? Like, I'm just cool.
That would be really funny, actually, if they've got an actual Grammy in their room.
Yeah, they've got an actual one, and everyone's like, oh my god, what's that for? Like, I just have it.
Yeah.
My sister didn't want it.
Yeah. Alright, dude, I'm going to make you listen to a song now.
Okay.
We're going to listen to I Dreamed a Dream. And you're going to think about...
Is this the one that Susan Boyle did?
Maybe.
Because I remember Frankie Boyle singing it, taking the mic, so...
maybe it is. But it's we're going to watch the Anne Hathaway version, and then
I'm going to Google it and find out if Susan Boyle covered it, because then we're going to listen to that as well.
Now, musicals are different to regular music.
Okay.
There's a different style of singing, and a different kind of emotion that you have to put into stuff.
Okay.
And I want you to think about that stuff instead of thinking about the lyrics. So I want you to watch like the emotion that's on display.
Okay.
Okay. Also, the instruments will probably be terrible, but
probably,
if you notice those, you can bring those up.
Okay.
I had a dream my life would be so different from this hell I'm living.
Alright, that was I Dreamed a Dream, sung by Anne Hathaway in the movie Les Miserables. I
was unimpressed.
It isn't very good.
Like, don't get me wrong, vocally a lot of the time I don't really know what I'm looking for. That's not my forte, but I know that.
She's a decent singer. She does a lot of emotion.
Certainly on key, and she was very emotive in her face, but that was
it's nothing special though.
Yeah, like it was all just her face.
Like I know 100 vocalists who can sing that level, and they're totally fine.
Yeah, like she emoted well, not that you'd know.
No,
as we had talked about at the time, you can only see her from the neck up.
Yeah.
Which is stupid.
And I showed you this because I think it's a good microcosm of my problem with the music, which is what this show is about. I know we talk a lot about the history of everything, but primarily this is about the music, and I don't think it's good. I think that Les Mis is dull and boring and grim in a sad, tired way.
Yeah, it's tired. Tired's a good word.
I don't...
Musically, I thought what the sort of orchestral part in the background was quite nice, but also I thought it was mixed wrong. Like, I feel like they should have put a bit more emphasis on that, just because...
And obviously, that'll differ from stage production to stage production, right? We only watched one video...
of one version of it, you know?
But I find up, especially with the movie adaptations of this, they are really low-key. And the thing about musicals is you are on stage doing a very different style of singing, and it's theatrical and over the top, and it should be more expressive because people can't see you up close.
Yeah, is that there's no option for that, is there? But then that's what I quite liked about Rocky Horror transition to a film, because they still, like, you see Tim Curry talking about it a lot, like, he didn't alter his makeup and things to do the film, and I thought that was done quite well. Like, obviously I don't really know what I'm looking for in musicals. Honestly, I liked Rocky Horror because it was funny.
I've never seen it.
It's very funny. But Tim Curry is just, like, he did it on stage originally, like, he was both the stage actor and in the original film, and they didn't really tone it down, but also Rocky Horror is meant to be in your face. It's in your face with sexuality and all of these different things. It's not meant to be subtle, whereas most plays, at least in some way, are. Like, that was all meant to be soft and sad, but it just wasn't very.
I think it misses a lot of the bombast that I like. Like, Jesus Christ Superstar is fucking bombastic.
I was gonna say that's
it's a rock opera, so it's...
Like, don't get me wrong, my only real experience of doing that was in school, but I don't think, you know.
That's cool. I love it so much. Right, let's do a bit more about the history. So, the story of Les Mis begins in 1815, which is more than 2 decades after the start of the French Revolution, which explains kind of the setting that they were working with. But I'm going to give you a little bit of French history so that we can talk about the setting of Les Mis and why it is the way it is. So, the French Revolution kind of started in like around 1789, and I'm streamlining a lot of information here because we don't have eternity to talk about the history.
Yeah.
I mean, the impoverished were kind of like infuriated by the wealthy's attitude towards them.
Of course.
And there were food shortages and things, and there's Marie Antoinette has that erroneous but like famous line, let them eat cake.
Yeah.
Just like, well, you know, give them, why don't they just have cake? Like, it's like just showing a complete disconnect between their lives.
That's what it is. It's a complete cultural divide.
I mean,
even in the same, like, it's just so different, isn't it? It's just a contrast of class to class.
Yeah, and the lower class weren't the only angry voices. The middle class were inspired by, like, progressive ideologies and America's newly won freedom. They recently popped out of England. They demanded reform. Like, a lot of people, like, came together to try to overthrow the government. Which it is kind of like the tone that Les Mis sets. People kind of think that it takes place, like, it begins the French Revolution, but it's actually more about just having that kind of spirit.
Okay.
The revolutionary kind of spirit. So in July 1789, several days after a guy's banishment, this guy, Finance Minister Jacques Necker, he kind of, like, was a big supporter of the lower classes, and they just full-on banished him.
Oh. That's sad.
Yeah. Revolutionaries, after that, overtook the Bastille prison, which began the actual French Revolution, and that's why they have Bastille Day. Because the Bastille...
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like this topic. I don't know enough about it to argue with you. I'm just like, okay.
Well, you can, like, appreciate how interesting history is.
I appreciate it, but also I can't have a go at you, and that's what I'm in this for.
I thought I'd try something different.
Oh, we're trying to be progressive, are we?
Well, I thought I'd just see how well you handled a musical. And doing something that I knew relatively little about the history of, but hate. was interesting to me, and probably no one else. We'll see how many downloads this gets.
Yeah,
I feel like
a
lot of our older listeners will like this.
Maybe.
My mum will like this. Hey mum, we're talking about Les Mis. I hate it.
Swearing far too much for your mother to want to watch this.
She's used to it by now, I think. She used to swear when I was a kid.
She's not used to you.
No.
I'm a bad influence, remember?
You are a bad influence. So, when the Bastille prison was overturned, it's launched the French Revolution. They blew it to fuck. Like, they blew it up. It's gone.
That's not good.
No. Well, it's pretty good. It was a horrible prison where people weren't treated very well.
Did people die in it, or did they get them out first?
Nah, some people died.
Yeah.
Yeah. After the revolution, things kind of got messy. King Louis the 16th?
Christ. That's a lot of Louis.
Yeah, and Marie Antoinette were dethroned in 1792, despite his many attempts to offer reform. In 1793, they, along with many other members of the nobility, were executed.
This is a real side note. Did Marie Antoinette have an unusual death? Because I'm sure I've read about her.
I don't know. Shall we look it up? Why don't you look it up while I'm talking?
Yeah, okay.
During the next 7 years, the nation underwent a series of coups, wars, famines, counter-revolutions. During the so-called Reign of Terror, Maximilien de Robespierre, who was in charge of the Committee of Public Safety, sent 40,000 people to the guillotine.
That's a lot of people.
That's a shit ton of people. Sorry, Mum. He believed that swift and brutal justice would produce virtue among France's citizens, a belief shared by the Les Mis character of Inspector Javert. So you can kind of see where things were inspired and are lining up.
Okay.
What happened next? Napoleon happened next.
Napoleon happened next?
Yeah.
It's a good segue.
He did. He ravaged Italy, Egypt, and then he came back to Paris, and he staged a coup, and he became the first consul of France. He was the Emperor of France for 10 years.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No, I did not.
I didn't know that either.
That is a long time.
And he was fucking emperor. Napoleon, famously, not very short, but the British kind of devised that as a tactic to make him seem inferior.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then he lost the Battle of where in the UK?
I wasn't listening.
Napoleon lost the Battle of...
I don't know.
It's an ABBA song.
Oh, well, you've given me no new information with that, have you?
Come on. You know an ABBA song.
Do I?
Do you not?
I don't think so.
Waterloo.
Absolutely no. No idea.
Nothing?
No.
What about Mamma Mia?
I've heard that, but I couldn't have told you it was ABBA.
Money, money, money.
I've heard that, but I couldn't have told you it was ABBA.
Okay.
I thought they were from a musical.
Oh, your generation. No, ABBA, and then they made a musical about ABBA songs called Mamma Mia.
Okay.
And then they made a movie, and then they made a sequel movie called Mamma Mia 2.
Right.
Here we go again, and it is bad.
Okay.
Both of them are bad. Sorry. Man, I'm potentially pissing off a lot of musical fans today. So after losing the Battle of Waterloo, Napoleon was exiled to the island of St. Helena. Although he was a fierce tyrant, many citizens viewed him pretty favourably.
Okay.
A lot of the characters in Les Mis talk about him like he was an okay dude, like he liberated France.
To be fair, a lot of people don't have so much a problem with tyrants. I remember having to do that in school. Just because, if you're a tyrant, at least the people are more or less in line.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you're pretty lax, then your country runs wild, effectively, in that kind of age, you know? Also, she was sentenced to death, but I think it's her statement she gave that was quite interesting. I'm not sure why the name is ringing out to me. I'm sure I'll discover that at a really annoying time.
Mm-hmm.
But I've just seen the statement that she said to the prosecutor after she was prosecuted was, "I was a queen and you took away my crown, a wife and you killed my husband, a mother and you deprived me of my children. My blood alone remains. Take it, but do not make me suffer long."
Aww.
So that's quite an eloquent statement.
Yeah,
actually.
I mean, hold on, let's do this. This would be fun.
Okay.
You're about to be guillotined. You get to say one more thing to a big crowd of people.
Okay.
What are you going to say?
to quote Noel Fielding in The Mighty Boosh, when he's about to be frozen by Black Frost, I would just swear my tits off.
Okay. I'm gonna have to take your full answer though, which was to quote Noel Fielding.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that.
And then you don't actually swear, you just say those words.
I'll just say yeah.
I think I'd say.
You'd say something really stupid or pretentious.
I think I'd look up in the stars and I'd say.
Are you assuming that it's night? You're being executed.
No, it doesn't matter. I'd just be really douchey and look up in the stars and say, like, I wonder what turtles' dreams are made of. And then guillotine comes down. Everyone's like, what did he mean? And the trick is that I meant nothing. I just wanted to say something douchey.
I would just want it to be Eddie Izzard style. Whereas if he said, because people claim that there are people that are unjustly executed because they were chosen by God. But he also says that if you were really chosen by God, when you were to be executed, what would happen is they'd swing down with the axe and it would go pang and smack off you. Which is what I imagine is what happens, just because they change their mind because you've said something that irritating. They're like, whoa!
Yeah, stop, explain yourself.
You piece of shit, what are you doing?
So after Napoleon was exiled, the monarchy was actually re-established.
Okay.
By King Louis the
4 million and tooth.
18th, but close enough. And Les Mis' opening year of 1815 is near the beginning of the new king's reign. So that kind of gives you an idea of why the music is so fucking dreary.
It is dreary.
They've gone through a bunch of shit. France is fucked and back under the monarchy again.
Yeah.
After being freed. Despite all the revolutions and changing political parties, the lower classes are still kind of fucked in society.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, that's just how life works, isn't it?
Yep. And the story reveals their harsh life as exemplified by the tragedy of Fontaine, who is the woman that we saw Anne Hathaway play.
Yeah, okay.
She's a young woman who's fired from a factory job after it's discovered that she bore a child out of wedlock.
Oh, no!
Yeah, just like you.
Have I?
I mean, I assumed.
You assumed. Yeah. That's a strange assumption.
I just assume every woman has bore a child.
Out of wedlock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a strange.
I don't actually identify as a woman. I identify as a spawn of Mr. Blobby.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say a toaster, because that's usually the go-to ridiculous, transphobic remark that people stick with.
I identify personally as a microwaved potato.
Interesting. That sounds terrible. Wait, were you poked first?
Yeah, I was probably slit down the middle like a baked potato.
I thought you just exploded potato.
That's what Cal's for. You slit me down Hannibal style, popped it open, stuck me in the microwave.
Man, if we take the sentence, that's what Kyle's for, slitting me open.
Oh Lord, that's an unpleasant sentence.
Yeah, let's not talk about that again.
I meant in a murder way, which for some reason is more acceptable.
Yeah, definitely more acceptable. I think exploding you is pretty funny. You ever seen Kick-Ass?
Yeah, but I saw it when it first came out, so I don't really remember it.
They put a guy in a microwave to torture him, and they turn it on, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm telling you the truth. I didn't do anything wrong." And they're like, "Tell us what you know." And then of course the microwave just makes him fucking explode, and they're like, "Oh damn, we didn't think about this."
That was a bit quicker than I
thought. Anyway, Fontaine, forced to sell her personal belongings, her hair, and even her teeth, so that she can send money to her daughter. And then she kind of becomes a prostitute, which the movie and the play think is the lowest rung of society.
That sounds fresh, like out of an episode of Bond.
Mm-hmm.
First I had to sell my body, then I had to sell my teeth in Bond style. They're just at a bar, they haven't got enough to pay. So he grabs him by the back of the head and smacks her fucking face on the bar, and then it's like, "Teeth, please." Spits them out in his hand.
And so I thought Les Mis would be a good jumping off point to talk about our political views. No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I mean, we can talk about this all day.
I don't think either of us are in the frame of mind for that today.
No, not at all.
Which is why I've sort of left that where it is. So let's not get into a lower class debate right now because I can't handle it.
I mean, we're just going to end up... We just would sit here and agree with each other for 10 minutes.
Which is not useful to anyone because we're not slagging each other off.
No. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to one more Les Mis song, and then we're going to have a talk about that.
Okay.
To round us off, because I hate this musical, and I want you to understand why I hate it. And even I've given you all this historical setting now, so that you know what this is about.
Right.
The musical is about this fucked time. You can argue that it's politically important and whatever, but I'm going to argue that if the music isn't very interesting, I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to listen to a new song.
It is a musical.
Yeah, I don't know which one we're going to pick yet, so...
Okay, well, we'll say that when we come back then.
Yeah.
And I'm Javert!
That was Look Down from the Les Mis movie, actually. We listened to the 2012 movie again, just because it's one of the ones with the best recording quality.
Yeah, and also I wanted to hear Hugh Jackman sing.
Oh, yeah, that was why I picked it.
Like, no, you never associate him with being a singer, do you?
See, you don't, but obviously I do.
Yeah, but I feel like it's a bit more likely for you to be a general film goer than it is for you to be massively into musicals.
I mean, now, as of this day and age, he's just done The Greatest Showman, which was another musical.
I couldn't have told you that he was in that either.
Yeah. But then I don't know which of us is more representative of the general cinema goer these days.
True.
Neither of us go to see everything. Probably just different circles. Probably just give an average between the two of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we listened to that. What did you think?
I thought that song was better than the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it has a lot of potential to be something that... Because I think it's quite muted. Like, that conversation that he has with the guard, that could have been... I think they should have focused a little bit more on that, and it could have been quite aggressive, but then I always look to make things aggressive just because of the style of music we're in.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you could do a version of that-ish with Lou, and then, obviously, you'd have to virtually write a whole verse for that part and amp it up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But in theory we could, whereas the other ones wouldn't really work with the type of music that we're into.
Now, this isn't necessarily really... It isn't really a criticism, because I'm just going to say that I don't like how dreary everything is, and I know that it's because of the time that's being set.
It does make sense.
Yeah, it reflects that, but nothing about it is exciting, and I don't know why I should watch or enjoy a musical that is just dreariness.
Yeah, that's not really I don't know a lot about musicals, but I always thought the point was to be really over the top.
Well, like theatre in general, sure. I mean, nothing's meant to be anything. Like, you can totally have...
yeah, of course, but like...
whatever you want, but yeah...
You know what I mean.
The theatre's style is a bit more over the top. And I've seen Les Mis live once, and so maybe it was just a bad production, but I just thought it was boring and limited in scope, and the music is so tiresome and tedious.
Yeah, it's just everything that we listen to is very marchy.
Yeah.
And like, it's just slow and sort of plodding along, and it just, like, I'm sure clearly that does it for a lot of people. It's just not for me, you know?
And I would quite like anyone who's listening to this, if you guys do like Les Mis, please tell me why. It's not good. I cannot comprehend why people like it at all.
I mean, it's nice to see, because it probably is quite historically accurate in that way. Is that how, more or less, is how people would have felt and things, but also, like...
Totally. Like, the vibe is really cool. I like the history behind it, but I just don't think the production is very interesting. Jesus Christ Superstar, fucking rock opera, it's amazing. You know, it's big, it's bold... Judas does a guitar solo.
Hell yeah!
It's really cool, but this
I did not know that happened, didn't it?
It depends on the production, but two of the ones that I've seen, he does a guitar solo.
Can we watch that on YouTube after the podcast?
You can probably find that, yeah. It's really cool anyway, and this one is just kind of sad and nothingy. It's very underwhelming.
I just feel like you'd go into this expecting it to be something it's not, particularly someone like me.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just come out being like, I'm just a little bit sad now.
Yeah. And the musical itself is like 4.5 hours long.
Jesus.
The movie's like 3 hours.
What? It does not need to be that long.
Mm-mm.
How does it end?
Relatively positively.
Oh.
I'd go. I don't want to spoil it for everyone in the audience. If you haven't seen Les Mis,
I feel like you should have seen it by now if you're going to be listening to this.
Maybe they just like the history.
Who's listening to this for the history?
I like listening to this for the history.
Christ, you listen to your own podcast.
I like listening to the background information. That's why our reports are so different.
Yeah, to be fair.
Yeah. if I'm wrong, please someone tell me before I waste more time. I spent like 2 hours on this report and we didn't even get through it all. I've given up because
it's not gonna happen.
We need to call this off. But you know what we should do? We should do something. Maybe I can invent a game on the spot. Have not prepared. We are underprepared this week.
I had prepared a small topic, which the contrast on it is quite funny.
Do you want to go into it, or should
we could go because I haven't got a lot.
Well, there's only like 5 minutes left.
Oh, okay, maybe not then.
Yeah, do you want to just save it?
Yeah, we'll save it and I'll do it next week.
Yeah,
and I'll do a little bit more. But
do you want to give a tease?
It's Australian. You've got Australian family that listen to this sometimes, don't you?
Okay, hold on. Australian bands that I know. Is it?
It's not a band. It's an artist.
The Bee Gees.
No, it's an artist, not a band.
John B.G.
No, it's not. It's nothing to do with the Bee Gees.
You sure it's not John B.G.?
I'm really sure it's not. Is that the only Australian artist you know?
I don't think that's a real person.
Yeah, neither do I. But like, I didn't even know the Bee Gees were Australian.
The Australian artist that I know, the Blackjacks.
I have no idea who they are.
They're a pretty okay rock band.
It's not.
We were going to support them actually.
Were we?
But you were ill and I had to cancel.
Oh, is that what it was? Yeah, it's not them. It would provide an interesting contrast for this because it's not normally the type of thing I do. It's a comedy one.
Ooh, okay. Usually my territory.
Yeah, it's a funny one.
I was talking about the podcast the other day, and I said I'm going to do something different this week, and they were like, "Don't you do something weird every week?" And I was like, "Oh shit, is that my brand?"
Yeah. Yeah, my one. I've picked this person because my favorite song that they write sounds like something that would be written by you if you were to write a joke song.
Really?
Which is why...
Ooh, that's exciting.
Like, I've taken sections of the song to read to you, because it just reminds me of something you would write.
When you say read to me, you mean rap, right?
I'm not going to rap it. I'm absolutely not going to rap it to you.
Oh, man, I was listening. Someone sent me a clip of our podcast the other day, and it was just Lou failing at the rap that I made him do.
I still haven't listened to that.
Oh, dude, get it on. It's really terrible.
It made me giggle.
You're dying.
Yeah, I'm dying.
Alright, let's round this up then. Let's do a question. We don't do questions very often.
We don't get a lot of questions. You guys are lazy.
That's true. I used to get a fair few questions, and then I started writing them myself.
Yeah, I know.
You know what? We should talk about Meth Oil Fest.
Matt really struggles to say. That was a good night.
Yeah, we did a good gig at the weekend.
They're actually selling t-shirts now. Have you seen that?
No.
They're quite nice actually. It's the logo in the same style, but it's black t-shirts with an orange font. So it's quite unusual for a band.
I'd play there again.
I would definitely.
I really hope we get asked back because I had a really good time.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do that. Just because like. It's really easy to just go, we'll have all the same bands, but they probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, they've already booked the headliners. Not gonna lie, the headliners have been booked, basically, they're just bands that the guy who runs it likes.
Oh, okay.
Which didn't rub me up the wrong way, but I was a bit like,
Who are they?
I would have liked Variety. I can only remember the name of the one. The one is, from what I gather from his Facebook, his favourite band, Lilith and the Night. Okay. I think they're both female fronted.
Ooh.
So you'll like it.
Yeah.
I figure we probably end up going even if we don't play next year. Like, I don't know.
I'd go to listen. I had a good time.
Like, I'm assuming because the dates are slightly different for the next year. I'm hoping this being booked on the bank holiday weekend again. Because obviously it's a nightmare for us if it's not the bank holiday weekend. But
yeah.
It was a nice day. You got to meet Uncle Dave.
You did.
My dad got to meet Uncle Dave. That was
the guy with the face tattoo.
Yeah. We actually met on the train, and we just, I actually got reported for talking to him on the train because of
his face tattoo.
No, because a lady said that me and my friends would have inappropriate conversations with him on the train, and that by that she meant we swore. Oh, I know.
We never swear.
But the worst part is that she was like, they're having inappropriate conversations with an old man. He's, for one, a social worker. We call him Uncle Dave to his face. Mm-hmm. And she had to follow us to college to put the report in.
Nice.
I wonder who the creep is here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's just the nicest. Honestly, he looks like he should be really intimidating, but he's just the nicest guy, isn't
right, he was really nice about my singing and your drumming.
He's a really nice guy. I never get to see him anymore.
I don't know if he complimented our guitarists.
I think he was just a bit carried away with everything else, to be
He was
honest.
complimenting us. That's fine.
It's just the important ones gone.
Yeah, we work hard.
I didn't actually speak to him as much as I would have liked to, but I was in a blind panic all day.
Yeah, you were pretty stressed.
I was really busy.
As we said at the beginning, Leia played 2 gigs and
2 band practices.
Yeah.
And I was just, honestly, in the car on the way back, because they were like, oh, you're going to hang around and watch this band? And I was like, it's Trap, actually. We saw Trap. We played with Trap.
Trap
they're
really
the band.
good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed their set last time. And
Shout out to Trap. I'm going to tag you, Trap.
yeah.
Listen to us.
They're going to be like, we hate the podcast, but you shout us out. Yeah, I really enjoyed their set. I really wasn't expecting it when we saw them at Sin City. I would have liked to watch them again, but I was like, I'm really sorry. I need to leave.
What?
Like,
lovely as well. Really
really
lovely.
nice guys. I've got the frontman. I've got him on Facebook.
That's cool.
I cannot remember his name for the life of me now.
Sorry, Trap.
Which is tragic.
We'll call
but
you.
we really like your band.
Yeah. And you guys as people, you're all super lovely.
Really, really
like,
sound guys.
Leia and I are slightly volatile, and you guys are just really sweet. So
yeah, no, I don't think it's musicians are dicks. That's the problem.
we're just dicks.
I don't know, because we try our best.
No, we're pretty good.
I think it's that we don't put up with people being bad to us.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas a lot of bands will just sort of be like, oh, well, we want to play with them again, so we're going to be nice. Whereas we'll be like, excuse me, fuck you, I'm not being nice to you and you were not nice to me. Like,
Oh
what the
yeah,
hell?
I mean, I can't wait for us to write a new heavy angry song, because that way,
Yeah,
if we're ever
can-
playing a softer gig and they piss us off,
We'll play that one.
Bring that out.
instead. Yeah, but they've actually Trevor got a new EP coming out, so
Ooh.
we'll get on the ball with that.
yeah,
They have put up a release date, but I cannot remember right now. But I suppose by the time this is going up, I can find the date.
I'll
for it.
tag them in on this, and then we'll talk them next time.
Yeah, I missed this set at Mother Fest, but I was reported that they were great because obviously the Excursion lot stuck around to see them because they are really good friends with them as well. Yeah, I missed this set though. Like honestly, because they were expecting me to hang around, and I was like, I'm really sorry. Like all the lower half of my body gave out 2 sets ago. Like
Yeah, like
honestly, I was
they
just
asked me to stick
shaking.
around as well, and I was like, I'm really sorry, but like
you
I
guys
need
had to drive back to Nottingham that night.
Like I got back here at 11:30.
Yeah. Like I was just shaking head to foot. Like they stuck me in the back of the car, and I had to have a lie down on the way home. And they were just like, "We're gonna just lie you down and stick a pack of McDonald's chips on your chest and hope that you eat." Basically, is what happened.
Jeez. Right. Well, I guess that counts as controversial corner.
Oh.
Top of your head. Go. What's controversial?
I hate you. Is that controversial?
Nope.
Okay. I'm out of ideas.
My controversial corner is I hate me, which is no.
That's a lie.
I don't know. Sometimes I say things like I hate me, and it makes me hate myself.
And then you go, well, that was a stupid thing to say,
Yeah.
but then you're actually abiding by that rule.
Exactly.
I enjoy that in a way.
If only I didn't break every mirror I went past with rage.
Also, we should talk about the other bands at Metal Fest. We should probably set aside a podcast to talk about that. You can cut this out if you want to.
All right.
But
we're
a lot
just
of
doing
interesting
admin at the
bands.
moment.
Yeah. We probably should have just.
Tell you what, we'll do it at the start of next week if you remember.
Yeah, we can do Field Hate and stuff because they were cool.
You know what? We'll do it next week. We'll just promote them.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll just promote the bands we liked, and you can save
Honestly,
your report.
We've got a lot of photos from it. It should be.
What we should do as well is get a report ahead of ourselves and do 2 in one go.
We need to do that at some point. It's just honestly, it's been fucking crazy busy for weeks now.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Hold on. Let's do a pause and then loop back in. Okay, that'll be the podcast for this week.
Yeah. We talked a lot of nonsense in this one. You can tell we're both not with it today.
Yeah. Don't listen to this one.
Yeah, this one's crap.
I'm gonna tag this one. Les Mis brackets. Don't listen to this one.
Because we're just not on.
Not on the ball. Next week we'll be on it. We promise. Big shout out to Trap though. You guys are awesome. We'll talk about you more next week.
Yeah.
Join us next week where we'll be recounting
the Methyl Fest, the whole event for the weekend. Obviously, we weren't present for the Saturday, but we'll go through whatever we can. It'd be nice to set one aside and we did chat about it.
Yeah, we haven't done one of the ones where we talk about a lot of bands for a while.
Yeah, we've been overdue one of those, and there were quite a few interesting bands and a few interesting people there. We'll have to do it.
Yeah. All right. So that's what we're going to do next week. So join us for that one. Don't listen to this one. If you've made it this far, what's wrong with you?
Congratulations, you guys suck.
Yeah, get out of here.
Wait, taglines. What's your tagline? Do your tagline.
No, it's you first.
Okay. Eat well, live less.
We're the jazz of podcasts. Mine's the worst. I hate mine.
Yeah, well, you signed yourself up for it.
Fine. Bye.
Bye.